Meta sold millions of their smart glasses. And I get it, they look good and the camera is easy to use. But you're locked into Meta's AI whether you like it or not. The camera records vertical video only. Meta also quietly stripped live streaming out of the second generation, then charged more for it. So today I'm showing you 5 pairs that beat the Ray-Bans at their own game, and a couple of them do it for less money. Like this first pair that goes straight for Meta's throat, the Rokid AI Glasses Style. On paper, it matches the Ray-Bans almost spec for spec, a 12-megapixel camera that shoots 3K video so your point of view clips look sharp on a TV and don't just survive on Instagram. And at 38.5 grams, they're light enough that you forget they're on your face by lunchtime. What won me over though is the AI. You can run them with Gemini or ChatGPT, your choice, and the answers come back faster than Meta AI, with visual recognition that's way smarter. Stand in front of a painting in a museum, ask what you're looking at, and these will tell you about it, which is the kind of thing Meta AI still fumbles. There's also live translation across 89 languages, which means you can order dinner in Lisbon without doing the pointing and smiling routine. The catch with these is that even though the frames look fine, the app is rougher around the edges than Meta's, and if your whole life runs through Instagram, the Ray-Bans still share your clips in 2 taps, while these make you work for it. I can live with that trade at $250, because that's cheap enough to leave money for a regular pair of sunglasses too. And if you wear glasses, these are the easiest ones on the list to sort out. You upload your prescription, they handle myopia, astigmatism, even progressives, and the lenses land in about a week for around $100 extra. Now, before you take any of these out in public, just remember that smart glasses are always connected and always sending data. That's why I use NordVPN. One tap and everything going through your glasses, your phone, or your laptop, all of it is encrypted. You can grab up to 75% off through the link in the description. Number 2 is the Solos AirGo V2, and this one wins the spec fight outright. It carries a 16-megapixel camera with live stabilization that keeps your walking footage smooth, and that's a higher resolution sensor than Meta puts in glasses, costing more. Solos routes your questions through ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, or DeepSeek, so when one assistant gives you a dumb answer, you just switch to a smarter one.
Parkour! 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 Parkour!
Something my girl wishes she could do with me.
Parkour.
And the temples are modular, meaning you can pop off a dead battery arm and click in a charged one. So the glasses keep going through a full day while the Ray-Bans are sitting in their case thinking about what they've done. Solos is still a small player though, and retail availability is patchy outside North America, so check it ships to your country before you fall in love. And the design is more gadget than fashion, which matters less than you'd think, but you should try them on and see them on your face before you buy. Prescription is available straight from Solos, including progressives, but every prescription order is final, so triple check your numbers before you hit buy. The next 3 do something the Ray-Bans physically cannot, because they put a real screen in front of your eyes. Different animal, same fight, and this is where Meta really starts losing. But before that, if you enjoyed the video so far, give it a like and subscribe, because every video shows you the gadget's actually worth your money. Number 3 is my favorite pick on this list, the Even Realities G2, and it destroys Meta on the one thing Meta can never fix. There is no camera on these, which hits differently after that whole debacle with people offering services to disable the LED light on your Meta glasses so nobody knows when you're recording them. Nobody at the bar has to wonder about you, and Meta isn't collecting a first-person video feed of your entire life, which I'd call a feature worth paying for. What you get instead is a discrete display built into the lens that floats text in your vision, so directions, messages, and AI answers show up in front of you while your phone stays in your pocket. They look like normal prescription glasses, and honestly, quite nice ones. There are dials to tune the lenses to your eyesight, but if you've got astigmatism or you wear progressives, you're buying real prescription lenses on top, and that's where the bill starts climbing. The catch is bigger than the price, and it's the thing that nearly knocked these off the list. The G2 has no speakers in it, so you can't play music through them and you can't take a call on them. The display is built for glanceable text rather than movies, so you can't watch anything on these either. Then there's the price, which is where it gets slippery. The control ring that makes them pleasant to use costs another $250, prescription lenses run about $150 more, and if you wear progressives like a lot of us do, you can walk out the door having spent well over $1,000. So the $600 sticker is a bit of a magic trick, and you should know that before you get excited. And I'd still wear them. If you want smart glasses you can put on for a meeting, a school pickup, or a locker room without becoming the creepy guy, this is the only pair here that pulls it off. And even at the real price, it's the one I'd have on my face daily. Number 4 is the RayNeo Air 4 Pro, and this is the private cinema Meta can't sell you at any price. Plug it into your phone, laptop, or Steam Deck over USB-C, and you get a giant virtual screen floating in front of you, running 1080p per eye at 120 Hz, so games stay smooth even when the action gets fast. These are the first consumer AR glasses with HDR10 certification, pushing 1200 nits of brightness, which in plain English means dark movie scenes stay dark instead of washing out into grey soup. The audio comes from a 4-speaker setup tuned by Bang & Olufsen that keeps sound leakage low so the person in the next seat isn't reviewing your movie choices. All of that for $300 at 76 grams. What sold me though is where you end up using them. A hotel bed on a work trip or a hospital stay where you're stuck for 3 days sharing a room with someone who's trying to sleep. You put these on and you have a cinema nobody else can see or hear. And if you've ever had a parent in a hospital bed staring at a wall, that's a better gift than it sounds. The trade-off is the setup tax. If you're plugging into a Steam Deck or a phone, it's just a cable and you're watching, but connect it to a Switch 2 and you'll need a separate dock, plus software you have to pull down from a computer first and a bit of fiddling before anything shows up. Nobody warns you about that part. The field of view is also on the narrow side at roughly 46 degrees, though for movies and casual gaming, you'll stop noticing about 20 minutes in. And there's no prescription built in, so if you wear glasses, you're clipping in inserts, and that's another 100 or so on the pile. And number 5, the Xreal One Pro. This one just works the second you plug it in, with none of the dock and software hassle from the RayNeo. You get a wider 57-degree field of view, and there's a chip inside the glasses that anchors the screen in place. So you can glance down at your coffee and the screen stays where you left it, like a real monitor instead of chasing your eyeballs around the room. The lenses have electrochromic dimming, which means one tap turns them from clear to dark, so the picture stays visible even in a bright room. Sound is tuned by Bose, and it's the best audio in this category right now. At $600, though I've seen them dip to $550 on sale, you're paying Ray-Ban money for something that replaces a monitor, a TV, and a pair of headphones on every trip. I wonder why nobody's talking about the downside though. All that field of view is spread across the same resolution everyone else is using, so text and game edges come out slightly jagged when you look closely. And if you're planning to replace your work monitor with these and stare at spreadsheets for 8 hours, that's going to bother you. It's fine for movies, and it's fine for a few hours of work on a plane, but it isn't a desk monitor, and I'm not going to pretend it is. Same deal with prescription inserts here. And Xreal cuts them to order, which means about 2 weeks of waiting and no returns once they're made. And this is a screen, not a camera, so if capturing video is your whole reason for wanting smart glasses, this isn't your pair. So that's 5 pairs worth your money more than the Ray-Bans everyone else keeps buying. And Samsung has already walked on stage with its own Galaxy glasses, built with Google, aiming straight at everything you just watched. I broke that one down in the video on your screen right now.